All right, everybody, what's up? How is everyone this evening? I am mighty fine, mighty fine, mighty fine. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight, boys and girls. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. How is everyone this evening? Yeah, guys, we're going to talk about UONE today. This entire live stream is going to be about UONE. It's going to be all about UONE. There's mental lessons, there's technical lessons, there's short squeeze lesson, there's afternoon watch list lessons, there's tier trading. I mean, there is so much that we're going to talk about UONE. I destroyed this trade this afternoon. I mean, we were just absolutely surgical with this thing here today. And, you know, it's the momentum that we have it's just ridiculous. The small cap momentum slowed down the last 3 days, and then you had UONE today. And this is gonna give us some further momentum. This is gonna keep going for a little while here. Just when you think small caps are slowing down, you get a stock like this that goes up. I don't know, what was it, 300%, 400%, something like that. Just an insane day. And I'm going to recap the trades for you. I'm going to show you guys my trades. Big wins on UONE. Another big day today, all thanks to UONE. But the day didn't start off like that. The day did not start off like that. When the day started, it was a slower day. It was a slower day when things first started. The overall markets were very choppy. The overall markets were very choppy when the day first started. I didn't make my first trade today till over an hour into the day. But I was patient, I was disciplined, and I waited for an A+ setup, and we hit just a monster of a trade. This is setting up, this is, unless I do something crazy, it's June 16th. This is already going to be my biggest month. This is already going to be my biggest month. It's just insane, the action that we're getting. And I'm just going to look to just keep on building on top of that, keep on building on the momentum, keep on hitting these trades. As long as this momentum is here, I'm going to push it, and I thought small caps were slowing down. They did slow down for about 3 days, but then you get a short squeeze like UONE, and that just lights the board back up, and that's going to bring traders right back into small caps, and we're going to get some further follow through and some continuation moves like this. There has never been a better time for you guys to be learning how to trade and to be able to learn how to trade these stocks, and really not to be scared of these real volatile stocks, not to be scared of these stocks that move around as quickly as a stock like UONE, because the opportunity is just tremendous. You're talking about, buying a stock at $5 and then it goes to 40. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous, the moves that these stocks are making. And this UONE was a flat out short squeeze. Okay, Dylan, anybody tell you otherwise? This is a massive short squeeze in UONE. This is a stock that we were looking at trading yesterday. We came in today, was still on the watch list, lit up the board early in the morning with a bunch of halts. But the real move was the afternoon move. The real trade on UONE was the afternoon trade. And I'm going to talk you guys through it. Yeah, Manuel, I'm going to go through it. I will go through it. Manuel's asking, Mike, can you explain how you found UONE? Yes, absolutely. I will be going over how we found this UONE chart pattern and setup, and I'm going to cover all of that with you. I'm just going to give some time, Manuel, for some people to log on and to give some time for people to log on and for people to kind of join us, because a lot of people were trading this thing today. A lot of people had questions about it. So I'm going to give a couple of minutes, guys. I've got Jason with me as well. Jason Spatafor, the Wolf of Wheat Street. He's joining me today as well. Jason, say what's up to everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Your friendly neighborhood wolf.
Friendly neighborhood wolf, calling you from the backyard of the chirping birds and
guys. It's
very serene.
It's hilarious because like during the trading day, it's like we're all trading, and when Jason comes on the mic, all you hear are like little birds in the background because he trades from his backyard, like in this big lawn chair in his backyard with the birds and Mother Nature, and guy probably has alligators running across his backyard, and he's sitting there trading positions. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty funny. But yeah, guys, we're going to talk about UONE. I'm just going to give a couple minutes, let some people log on. In the meantime, I'm going to just take a couple of questions. We'll do some Q&As, not about UONE. Guys, let's try to stay away from questions about UONE because I'm going to get into that once we kind of get the live stream going. I just always start things off with a Q&A, give people time to log on before we get into the real meat of this lesson. So prior to that, does anybody have any general trading questions or any questions for me or the Wolf specifically not related to UONE that you guys want to ask? What is the alert people keep mentioning? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Who knows said, what's the alert people keep mentioning? I'm not sure.
Maybe they were talking about Roku because people were asking me about it.
Yeah, I'm not.
We didn't alert Roku. This morning, so look, for everybody that's new and wasn't in TTD Tuesday today and aren't members, Mike and I jump on the mic and tell you what we're looking at before we get in, where we're looking to get into it. And today, and you guys that have been on here always hear Mike talking about how I'm always stalking stocks. And I've been stalking Roku for a while. And today was finally that day, and I was looking for 110 calls, and I missed my bid. It got down to my bid, and it just never hit. And the option ended up going 500%. But people in chat did market orders and got in, got 100%, got 200%, and then got seller's remorse.
Yeah.
So that could have been the alert.
That was a sick call today, man. Roku was a beast today, guys. The Wolf was all over this thing. Roku was an absolute beast today. Broke out of a real nice consolidation channel. Here was your channel, your consolidation channel. We broke clean out of that today with a nice increase in volume as Roku pushes up into the low 20s, and the Wolf was all over this thing there this morning. He called that thing perfectly to a T. But what I think now, who knows is asking is about the trade alerts. I mean, who knows? You're not a member, so obviously you're not going to get the trade alerts. But as a member in chat, like Jason said, I'm on the microphone, Jason's on the mic, and I'm telling you guys what I'm doing before I do it. I'm telling you I'm buying the stock. I'm telling you what price I'm buying the stock. And then when I actually execute my trade, a push notification pops up in chat to let you know that I entered the trade with the entry price, the stop loss, everything. Tells you exactly what the game plan is. But if you're not in chat, if you have the mobile app, now again, who knows? That's the username I'm talking to. YouTube username is who knows. Who knows? The mobile app is for members only. I mean, you can download the app, but you're not going to be able to enter the chat room and get the alerts unless you're a member of True Trading Group. So it's a members only app where you can still see the screen share, hear the audio analysis, and the app will also give you the real-time push notifications whenever I enter or exit a trade, or Jason or any one of the other moderators, whenever they enter or exit a trade, you'll get those alerts as push notifications in the mobile app. But you have to be a member. So you're not going to get the trade alerts if you're not a member.
And why some of you guys aren't members yet is beyond me.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you bought five contracts in Roku today, 5, even if you hit market order, it would have cost you call it $1,200. You would have made $4,000 profit on that. That's enough for you, your wife, and your 2 unborn children to join TTG.
Manchester UTD fan. I'm thinking of joining, but firstly, do you have proof you are a professional? What proof would you like to see? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what proof would you like me to provide you with.
Well, the proof is in the pudding, man. You can't fake data.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You can't fake entries. You know, even if let's say Mike never traded $1 and he was just a stock market enthusiast, it wouldn't make him any less wrong.
Yeah,
on his trades.
I'm just not sure. Like, they don't give you a little certificate when you work at a hedge fund. I'm not sure. Oh, I have my Trader of the Year award. I do have my Trader of the Year award. So in Manchester in 2008, I won a Trader of the Year award at the hedge fund that I worked at. In 2008, obviously the stock market fell 55% from 08 to 09. My portfolio was a positive 36% return during that same time period. That won me Trader of the Year. I mean, I have that. Paperwork? Dude, you don't know what you're talking about. What paperwork would you like?
I think he's just joking. He has to just be
joking. Oh, man.
And if you're not joking, just say you're joking. So you don't want to become Lou.
No, they don't, Manchester. They don't give you paperwork when you work at a hedge fund that says, hey, I work at a hedge fund. They don't give you paperwork. Believe me,
you know,
I worked at one. No, they don't. No, they don't.
I'm a professional trader, Manchester. I don't have paperwork, but I've got articles and...
Here, wait. Here, hold on. Let me see if you guys can see. Can you guys see where it says T3 Alpha Fund? So there's the award. I'm not sure if you guys were able to see it or not. So there it is for you, buddy. All right, I don't have time for this. My goodness. Losers, Jesus. All right, so let's see what we got here. It says for fear of being taken wrong, but something you did show you. All right. Okay, guys. All right, so we got 8:35. So before I get started on the lessons here on UONE and recapping the trades on UONE, does anybody have any questions before I get started? Because there's a lot that I want to cover with you guys on this live stream. We're going to talk about this UONE. It's an amazing, amazing trade and a lot of lessons that we can take away from this trade. So does anybody have any general market questions? Because I'm going to get into UONE, but I want to see if anybody has general questions that if anybody has, they want me to answer real quick. Yes, Lawrence, your mentorship comes with your membership. Yes, Lawrence. So anybody that signs up tonight, Lawrence asked if a mentorship is included with your membership. So if you sign up tonight before midnight, a mentor session is included with your membership. Yes. I would like to hear what you saw from level 2 short squeeze. Yep, WB Capital. I'm going to talk to you guys about the short squeeze. I'm going to talk to you all about the short squeeze. Johnny Chase says, do the Benjamins count for paperwork? I think they do. I think the Benjamins do count for paperwork. Yeah, guys, there. I'll just type it right in there. So Lawrence is asking me about the mentorship. Lawrence, if you click on the link that we just posted in chat, use the coupon code TTG620. That'll get you a 34% discount on a membership, and it will also get you a free one-on-one mentor session, okay, with either myself, the Wolf, any one of the TTG moderators that you want to do it with. But if you want to do it with me, you absolutely can. It's for me, the Wolf, anybody that you want. That's if you guys sign up by midnight tonight. So to answer your question, Lawrence, is the mentorship included? If you sign up tonight, yes, the mentorship is included. And then lifetime memberships include 4 mentor sessions per year. All right, so let me just take a quick answer just a couple questions from people. How do we know when a halt is going to end? Is there a public list? Yeah, so depending on your trading platform, sometimes it actually has for you the resumption time. Some trading platforms will actually tell you what time trading is going to resume. Some platforms have it, but some of them don't. It's a few minutes. If it's a volatility halt, it's a few minutes. Okay, it could be 10 minutes, could be 5 minutes. It's just a few minutes. If it's a regulatory halt, it could be weeks. So it depends on the type of halt as well, depending on how long that halt lasts for. Julia says, is Jason and the Wolf the same person? Can he always be specific like Mike doing entry and exit calls? Yeah, okay, so we have 2 Jasons that are moderators. One is Jason Simmons. The other is Jason Spatafora, who is on the phone right now, and he's the Wolf of Wheat Street. So that's why we call him the Wolf. So there's Jason, which is Jason Simmons. There's also Jason, but he's the Wolf. So we have 2 Jasons, and that's why we call him the Wolf. That's also his nickname. His name on Twitter is Wolf of Wheat Street. So that's why we call him the Wolf, just to differentiate between the 2. But yes, they also the Wolf also comes on the mic and tells you, entries and exits before he actually enters and exits a trade. He even tells people, guys, I'm sitting at, if he's buying an option, he might say, guys, I've got a bid in this option at 75 cents. He'll even tell you guys where the order is. I do the same. I tell you guys where I'm taking profits. I'll tell you where I'm a buyer. We always tell you guys on the microphone what we're doing before we actually do it. And we don't trade illiquid things. Like all the stocks that I trade are very high in liquidity. Jason trades high liquid options as well. So there's never an issue of liquidity. I don't trade things that have really low trading volume. Yeah, Sammy, I'm live every day, Sammy. So Sammy's asked if I show my trades live. I'm live every single day. I share my screen with everybody. You see exactly what I'm doing, what I'm looking at. I'm on the mic telling you what I'm doing before I do it. And then once the trade executes, then you get the push notification in chat to make sure that you guys are aware that the trade executed. Yes, Jonah Powell says, is there a specific time you give a list of possible stocks you're going to trade for the day? Yes. So in between 8:30 and 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, we post a watch list on the website. It'll be in your member dashboards for members only. So if you're a member, it's on your member dashboard. It's loaded anywhere from 8:30 a.m. till 9 a.m. And that is our watch list of stocks that we're going to be trading for the day. And then I also come on the microphone pre-market and I go over the watch list and I go over with you my game plan on all of those stocks, what I intend to do, what I think those stocks are going to do today, why the stocks on my watch list, where are their support, resistance levels, what's the game plan, where am I a buyer, where am I a seller? We go over all of that stuff pre-market. Every single day we go over that stuff pre-market. Lenore, yes. Sometimes the wolf does sing a little song. Sometimes the wolf does sing a song.
Guys, when I'm singing, you should be very happy.
Yeah, if he's singing, it's a good day. If he's singing, it's a good day. Let's see. So Keith, good question. Keith says, Mike, do you look at short interest when recognizing these shorts have a short squeeze? Yes. Yes, I do. But you have to realize that with most of these small cap stocks that have very low liquidity, they don't have large short positions because the stocks don't trade a lot. It's when the stock comes out with a press release, the stock gaps up, starts going crazy. Traders come in and they short it that morning. They short it that morning. Okay, so you can have a small cap stock that has a 1% of the float is short. Now that's a small float, a small short percentage. You want like 15, 20%, like anything above those levels is a high short percentage. But you can have small caps that can still give you a short squeeze that don't have that short float coming into the day. The shorts that get short today can get squeezed out today. It's not like, okay, just because the stock has, a 2% of the float is short, it can't short squeeze. That's not true. It absolutely can short squeeze because if you look up the data and you say, okay, what's the short interest on this stock? And it tells you 2%. That's not taking into account any shares that are sold short today. It's not taking that into account. So you can have a stock that just runs in the morning that 1 million shares come in and they short the stock thinking it's going to break down by the end of the day. If it doesn't break down by the end of the day, those 1 million shares that got short today are going to start to cover their positions. And that short position that gets put on today is not going to be factored into the short percentage in the float. So just because a stock doesn't have a high short percentage does not mean it cannot squeeze. Okay. Now, if you're looking at a stock that trades good volume on a daily basis, like if you're looking at a mid cap or a large cap stock that trades millions of shares every single day, then yes, those are the stocks that you're going to want to pay attention to. That if they only have a 1% or 2% of the float is short, the chances of them giving you a short squeeze are much lower because you're not getting the short position that is stuck as you would in a small cap that has lower has lower volume and lower liquidity. So like when Tesla had like 50% of the float was short in Tesla, that's a big deal for a potential short squeeze because that's a lot of shares that need to get covered as that stock moves higher. And that just fueled the Tesla short squeeze when it went to $900 the first time. Okay, that's what fueled that move. The same thing with Beyond Meat, the same thing with SPCE, the same thing with Tilray, the same thing with all of those stocks. It was a high short percentage on those floats and a low float. Even Tesla has relatively a low float or a relatively small float for a stock that trades like Tesla, and a stock with that market cap does not have that big of a float, all things considering. So it's more important the short percentage of the float is more important on heavier volume traded stocks than a stock that normally trades 50,000 shares and all of a sudden today it trades 10 million. If you have a situation like that, you're going to have traders step in and they're going to short the stock today. And that data is not going to be factored into the short percentage of the float. So yes, you can still have a massive short squeeze even if it doesn't say that. Nice, Jamie. Jamie Vasquez says, I started last week and in just 4 days, I made my membership fee back. Beautiful, Jamie. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Beautiful. Yeah, sure. I'll talk about that. Alroy Phillip, what platform do you trade on? I trade on Lightspeed, Alroy. I trade on Lightspeed. Webull is great for beginners. So is TD, E-Trade. Manuel says, Mike, please explain why you buy with limit and sell with market. I'm always worried that my order won't get filled. How do you set the limit buy? So I don't always buy with limit. Sometimes I buy with market. It depends on the setup. Okay, it depends on the setup and it depends on the stock. Like, let's say, for example, I'm trading a stock that is thick and it has like a 1 cent spread. Like the stock is 505 by 506, right? 505 bid by 506 ask. I'm not going to limit order that. I'm just gonna buy it. You know, I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna market order myself in. It also depends on what point in the pattern am I getting long. If I'm getting long inside of a consolidation, I'll try to get filled on a limit order as close to my support level as I can. But if I'm buying a stock that I think is going to make a move, is going to make a move right now, I'm just going to market order myself in. All right, so there's different times when I'm limit ordering versus market ordering. A stock like UONE, an extremely volatile stock with a large spread. You know, if you're dealing with a stock that has a 50-cent spread, a 75-cent spread, I mean, with the position size that I trade with, that's a big difference for me, you know, P&L wise. If I just market order my way in and pay across the spread. So if I'm dealing with a stock with a large spread, I'll try to get filled on the bid. I'll try to set my limit order and I'll try to get filled. The thing with my limit orders, Emmanuel, is that, you know, they're usually not far away from the current market. It's not like the stock's trading at $5. I'm throwing a limit order in at $4.40. You know, I have my buying zones, and if it's a consolidation pattern or if the stock has a really wide spread, I'll try to get filled as a limit order. But if the stock is breaking out and I think it's going to make a move right now, I'm going to market order myself in to make sure I get filled. Or if it's a stock that has a really, really tight spread, like a 1 or 2 cent spread, and by spread, I mean the difference between the bid and the ask, I'm just going to market order my way in on that trade. Okay, I'm just going to market order my way in on that trade. Christopher Hunt says, does the membership come with the software you use, and how do I sign up for a payment plan? Christopher, okay, so no, the membership does not come. I mean, the softwares that I use 2 different softwares. I use Lightspeed and I use TC2000. Now, those are TC2000 is a subscription service. It's not my charting software. TC2000 is what I think the best charting software available in the market. That's why I use it. Lightspeed, I think, has the best execution out of any broker out there. That's why I use it. So if you want to use the same programs that I do, you certainly can. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to use TC2000. You don't have to trade with Lightspeed by any means. You can trade with whatever broker that you currently use. If you have E-Trade, Thinkorswim, if you have Webull, if you have, you know, Interactive Brokers, Charles Schwab, it doesn't matter what you trade with. You don't have to trade with my platforms. And if you're interested in a payment plan, we do have a 3-month payment plan option. So if you guys are interested in a payment plan, just send an email, Chris, and anybody else that's interested in a payment plan, just send an email to info@truetradinggroup.com and just say you're interested in a payment plan, and somebody will help you out, will help you get set up with that. David Johnson says, where do you go to learn about options? Right here, TTG. We have we have entire courses dedicated to dedicated to options. We have a beginner and intro to options trading course, and we have an advanced options trading course as part of the curriculum. That's included in your membership, David. And the Wolf trades options every single day. I also trade options, but I also trade stocks. Like today, I didn't trade any options. Today, I just traded stocks. You know, mostly UONE was the stock that I traded today. But the Wolf trades options every single day. SPY options, Roku, US Steel, Apple, Boeing. You know, I mean, the Wolf trades options each and every single day. We also have Chris Toner. Chris Toner is another options trader in our chat room who's very well versed in options. So if you're looking to learn how to trade options, obviously I would tell you to start with the beginner and the intro to options trading courses that are available on the website in the TGD curriculum. Nick Jones, I like it. Nick Jones says, if you're new and your wife asks you, what do you want for Father's Day? Just say TTG. Oh, that's awesome. That is fantastic. Nick, I love it, man. That's awesome. Who knows says, would you suggest looking at UONE tomorrow? Yeah. I mean, it pulled back really aggressively after hours, but it'll still be on my watch list tomorrow. I was a little disappointed it was not able to hold above 32. If this held above 32, then tomorrow I would like this a lot better. I would like it a lot better if it held above 32, but it was unable to hold above 32. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But it's still on my watch list, guys. But I don't think you're going to have another day like we had today on it. Oh, Wayne, 100%. Wayne says, should I buy my membership for my Father's Day gift? Mike, what do you think about that? Wayne, I think that is a fantastic idea. I think that's a fantastic, fantastic idea. Father's Day gift to yourself, brother, the gift of education. Absolutely. Oh, Megan, that's awesome. Megan, congratulations. Megan says, Mike, I'm taking a day off of work tomorrow to start my first day with TTG. Megan, that is absolutely incredible. I'm so happy and excited for you to start your journey. Day one begins tomorrow. That is day one of your journey. And I look forward, Megan, to being there with you every single step of the way through with you on your journey. Tomorrow, day one for you, Megan. Tomorrow's a big day. I look forward to it. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Timothy Smith says, how do you identify shorting on the charts? You can't. I mean, Timothy, there's no way for you to identify or tell that an order is shorting versus selling there's no way for you to tell that. What I do, when I'm identifying, okay, short sellers are areas that if I was shorting the stock, where would I be getting short? That's it. If I'm shorting the stock, where would I be getting short? There's no way that you can look at level 2 and say that's a short or that's a regular sell. There is no way for you to see that. There is no way to make that determination. There's no way for you to know what's on the other end of a trade order. If it's an offer or a bid, there's no way for you to know if that's a buyer, if it's a short covering their position. You have no way of knowing if an offer is a long that's taking profit or if it's a short opening a position. There's no way for you to tell that information. So don't drive yourself crazy trying to figure it out. And anybody tells you that they've got some secret way that they found out how to figure out whether an order is a short or not is completely full of shit. Believe me, there's absolutely no way for you to tell what order is what and what's on the other end of that order. That's why I don't place as much of an emphasis on level 2 as some other traders do. Yes, I do use level 2. Yes, I do see level 2. I watch level 2. I use level 2, but I don't make my decisions based on level 2 like maybe a scalper would make a decision based on level 2 and level 2 alone when they see a big order. The reason why I don't do that is because level 2 is extremely easily manipulated. I know because at the hedge fund we used to do it, and this is something that is technically not allowed anymore, but it still goes on hundreds of thousands of times throughout the trading day, millions, probably more. And it's called ghost orders or spoof orders. You may hear some people call it. People have different terms for it, but it's when you post an order with no intent of ever filling the trade. So, for example, if I wanted to buy 100,000 shares of a stock and it's moving higher, it's coming up to a resistance level, I might throw out like a 200,000 share offer just to scare the hell out of people, think the stock's not going to break through that resistance level. Retail traders get scared. They all sell out of their position. The stock pulls in. I step in with my 100,000 shares and I buy those shares, the people that are selling it, and then I cancel my $200,000 sell order. The stock goes back up. Everybody realizes that the wall of shares is no longer there. And the stock just rips right through it and then continues higher. That's a spoof order or a ghost order. Same thing is done on the bid. So let's say I'm trying to sell 100,000 shares and the stock's moving lower and I want to get the price back up so I can sell my position. I'll put in a fake 200,000 share order. Now, the order is real. It's actually sitting there, but I have no intention on letting it fill. So if the price comes down to my bid, I'll just cancel the order. But the point is to show that bid to everybody to make traders get excited. They all buy the stock in front of that bid. Meanwhile, I'm selling you my 100,000 shares. As soon as I sell my 100,000 shares, because everyone's buying in front of my bid, I cancel my bid. And then everybody that just bought my shares realizes, oh my God, my out is gone. I was going to sell to that guy because that was a wall of shares. All of a sudden, the wall is gone. And then everybody exits their position. The stock flushes. So it's level 2 is so easily manipulated. It's not even funny. It happens. God knows how many times it happens during the day. But that's why you'll never see me make a decision based on level 2 alone. Okay, I'm a technical trader. I trade off patterns. I don't chase momentum. I identify patterns, setups, probabilities of those setups. I put myself in good risk reward situations and I execute on the trade. Yeah, Richie Scalia, Richie's like, yeah, I'm confused watching level 2 in time of sales. I'm wasting precious moments. Yeah, that's why Richie, like, I don't focus that much on level 2, man. I really don't. Like, yes, I do watch it, okay? But like I said, it's never the reason for me making a trade or not. Like, I'll use level 2 to verify a support or resistance level. Like, for example, let's say I see a stock, it's gapping up to $11, and I think $10 is a major support level. If the stock pulls into $10, I'll look at level 2 and I'll see what the buying looks like in front of $10. Like when the stock goes from 10.20 down to 10.02, 10.03, 10.05, do the bids come flying right back up to 10.20? Like, let's say the stock is 10.20 by 10.25, and all of a sudden it goes boom, 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 goes all the way down to 10.05. When it gets to 10.05, do the bids go 06, 08, 09, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 20, 21, 22? And then and then like people will hit the bid back down to 10.05, and all of a sudden it's 08, 09, 10, 12, 15, 18, 20. Like, do the bids come flying right back in? Like, they get hit, the bids come right back. They get hit, the bids come right back. That's what I'll look for on level 2 to just confirm for me the support level I see on the chart. But I'm never going to look at level 2 and then say, there's a support level that I just see on level 2. No, I'll never do that. I'll never do that. Me personally, I'll never do that. Well, Rod, it's not that the other brokers know to ignore those ghost orders. They're just things are computerized. Like those ghost orders are only fooling retail traders like you. Not meaning that like you're getting fooled. I mean like a retail trader like yourself. Those are the people that get fooled by those orders. So like a market maker is not going to care about the order unless they have order flow to fill that order. You understand? So like the only people that are like a computer is not going to care about that. It's going to be individual humans like you that are going to look at level 2, see that order, get scared, and then react to it. And you're reacting to it based on a false pretense. Oh, yeah. I mean, you have to have the money in your account to place the order. Yes. Nice, Richie. Richie says, today I was really paying attention to the candles and you guys today. It was much easier to feel like I was understanding. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, listen, it's just different. It's just different curriculum. It's just different style. It's just a different style. Some traders trade off level two. It's just not my style. That's all. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's not my style. It's not my strategy. It's not my strategy. JJ Gems, I do not trade pre-market. I really don't trade pre-market. Very, very rarely do I trade pre-market. Yes, NS, you do need to look at the stock chart. Yes, when you're trading options, absolutely. I'm fixated on the stock chart when I'm trading options. Yes. Nice, Paul. Paul says, this is like when I first started selling cars 20 years ago. I'm salivating at the opportunity. Paul, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be trading with you. I'm excited to be trading with you. Yeah, Rick, I'm going to cover it, Rick. I'm going to cover both my trades. I'm going to cover both my trades on UONE, Rick. Yeah, Art, if you have the money to bump your account over 25K, yeah, you should, if you have it. Yes, Poobah, I do trade sympathy plays sometimes, depending on the situation. Like NKLA, that was a sympathy play to Tesla. NKLA was a sympathy play to Tesla. And we ripped NKLA to pieces last week. So yeah, I do trade sympathy plays, yes. Chris Schramek says, do you trade very many small caps? Chris, I trade everything. Guys, I trade everything. I trade small caps, mid caps, large caps, ETFs. I trade options. I trade everything. And small caps have been hot for the last few weeks, so I've been trading small caps. I follow the opportunity. Okay, wherever the opportunity lies, that's where I'm at. You have to be a diversified trader. When small caps get cold, I'll be trading something else. Like the last couple of days, small caps were a little cold. I was trading TVIX. I was trading other things other than just small caps. So it really just depends on what's in play, and that's where I shift my focus. I follow the money flow. I follow the money flow. Wilson Lou, volume is very important to have showing. Volume is very important. Volume is the single most important indicator that you guys can possibly use to trade with. It's a single most important indicator that you can use. If somebody held a gun to my head and said, Mike, I'll let you trade today under one condition, you can only choose one indicator. Volume, hands down. There's not a single other indicator that gives you more information and more insight into if a stock is strong or weak and if a stock has momentum or not. There's no indicator that gives you that information more accurately than volume. Volume analysis is a huge, huge component of successful day trading. Huge component of successful day trading, because understanding volume analysis is going to help you understand what makes an A setup versus a B or C setup. It's going to tell you when a stock has momentum versus when a stock is running out of steam. It's going to tell you when a stock is scared of a resistance level or when a stock is gearing up to break through it. It's going to tell you when a support level is strong or when a support level is weak. Volume can tell you literally every single one of those things that I just named, more so than the trade line, VWAP, Fibonacci's, Bollinger Bands, MACDs, RSIs, whatever, alligators, whatever you want to bring up. Okay, none of those indicators will tell you that information more accurately than volume. And that's why understanding volume analysis is a major component to being a successful day trader. That's why it's my number one indicator. that I think you need to really be able to understand greatly. That's what you guys will learn in all of the courses is volume analysis. Volume analysis had a lot to do with my UONE trade today. Had a lot to do with my UONE trade today and how I knew the stock was going to give us a short squeeze in the afternoon. Okay, there's a lot that we're going to learn from this UONE trade. I'm going to cover this with you guys now. The lessons that we're going to discuss on this live stream are going to be many. So the lessons that we're going to talk about, guys, I'm going to get right into this UONE. The lessons that we're going to discuss here are going to be a mental lesson, okay? A mental lesson on not chasing and falling victim to FOMO. A mental lesson on being patient, being disciplined, waiting for A+ setups. A mental lesson on not allowing yourself to fall asleep on a slower trading day and how to stay focused so you don't miss opportunities. We're going to talk about a technical lesson on how to identify stocks that have the potential to give you an afternoon short squeeze. We're going to talk about a technical lesson about volume and when you want to see volume increases at certain times of the day to confirm that you have a higher chance of a short squeeze. Then we're going to talk about tier trading, which is where you're going to enter tier 1, then enter tier 2 once you get confirmation. Then we're going to talk about tier trading, exiting your trades, sustain winning trades longer. As you guys can see, we have a hell of a lot of information that we're going to cover on this live stream. All of this information, all of these lessons are included in the courses that are available on the TeachD website. So before I get started in the trade recap for UONE, I want to make sure that all of you are fully aware of the 34% discount on a 1-year membership that includes all of the courses for free. So guys, if you are interested in joining TTG and getting the courses, remember, these courses are the exact same material and information that I learned working at a hedge fund. I started my career working at a hedge fund. T3 Alpha Fund was the name. The hedge fund closed in 2009 after the stock market crashed, the Great Recession, the housing market bubble. They became a prop trading firm. Okay, I won Trader of the Year in 2008. That was when I showed you guys this. That's the Trader of the Year award. Somebody was asking me about it the other day or earlier on the live stream. Okay, I took all of that information, okay, that I learned working at the hedge fund. I've simplified it and I've created the courses that are on the TeachD website. So when you guys go through the courses on the TeachD website, you are getting a professional education. Same information I learned working at a hedge fund. All of the lessons I'm about to cover with you are included in all of these courses. So use the coupon code TTG620, get a 34% discount on your membership. It's usually $1,665. With the discount, it's only $1,089. And that includes 1-year access to the chat room, 1-year access to the mobile app. So if you're on the go, you're in the car, you're on the golf course, you're at your kid's soccer game, you can still follow along with what it is we're doing in chat. Get all the text, all the trade alerts that come through on the mobile app, email swing trade alerts, the premium blog that's updated daily with trade ideas, trade recaps, general market commentary, educational content. Get the stock screener that's on the website. You guys get access to the stock profile section, the analyst report section. Any stock that you're interested in, you type in the ticker symbol. We populate for you all of the analyst reports for that particular stock. So you'll be able to see how many analysts have a buy, sell, hold, etc. All of this is included in your membership. In addition, the courses included for free with your membership. All of them. There's no packages. All of them are included. Beginner stock trading, which will start you off from day one. If you guys have never traded a stock a day in your life, you have no idea what you're doing, do not fear. The beginner and foundation courses on the website will hold your hand through day one. They will hold your hand through day one. We will help you set up your charts. We will help you being familiar with your trading platform and helping execute trades, understanding basic terminology, definitions, common chart patterns, basic rules. All of that is in the beginner courses. The advanced stock trading courses are where you're going to learn about everything I learned at the hedge fund. That's where you're going to learn about the indicators I use, the patterns I trade, the tier trading strategy, how to stay in winning trades longer, how to keep losing trades small. You're going to learn how different indicators work in conjunction with one another so that you can understand the difference between an A setup versus a B or C setup. That's, I think, one of the biggest things that you guys are going to learn with TTG is how to differentiate between an A plus setup and a B and C setup, because every setup is not created equal. I've said that 100 times. You guys can see 10 different bull flags, but all of those bull flags are not going to be equal. Some are going to be A bull flags, some are going to be B, some are going to be C. And you really only want to put yourself in the position of the A setups. UONE was one of those setups. This is the stuff that you guys will learn in the courses. How to identify A plus setup. An A plus setup, maybe 70, 75% of the time, is going to work itself out. It's going to resolve itself with specific price action. So when you see a specific setup, maybe 70, 75% of the time, the stock's going to go up. There's nothing that exists that's going to be 100%. There's no pattern. There's no indicator. There's nothing that works 100% of the time. If you are looking for that, just get off the live stream now. You're never going to find it. I'm not going to give it to you. And if anybody tells you that I have a 99% fail-proof system, they are full of shit. It doesn't exist. Okay? But an A plus setup, maybe 70, 75% of the time, is going to resolve itself in specific price action. A B setup, maybe 60 to 65% of the time. A C setup, 50-50. You need to get to the point where, as a trader, you can look at a setup and say, this is A plus, this is B, this is C. And there are very specific criteria that will determine an A, B, C setup. And if you can be patient enough and disciplined enough to wait for A plus setups, identify them, and execute on those trades, that's what trading is. That is exactly what trading is. I don't have a crystal ball. Everyone's like, Mike, you know, you're on like an 84% accuracy streak on your trades. And I'm like, I don't have a crystal ball. I just find A plus setups. And more often than not, those setups resolve themselves in specific price action. So if all I do all day long, every day, is identify 3, 4, 5 different A setups that have a 70% chance of working in one direction versus the other, and I position myself for that 70% of the time, that stock's going to work out in my favor. And then the other 30 or 25% of the time, I'm going to get stopped out of that position. That's all it is. That is literally what trading is. Everything else that gets in the way is emotions. Everything else that gets in the way is all in your head. And that's why included in the courses that are with your membership, you get the beginner foundation courses, the advanced courses, okay? You also get Trader Psychology Part 1, Trader Psychology Part 2. This is where you guys will learn how to keep your emotions under control, trade more robotic, okay? That's when my trading turned the corner. My trading catapulted to the next level when I got my emotions under control. You have to learn how to think more robotic, trade more robotic. Your emotions get in the way. Humans are not supposed to be good traders because we have emotions, and emotions make us weak. The trader psychology courses are designed to take emotions out of your trading. Not a lot of people talk about it. It's the most important aspect of trading. 80% of trading is mental. And not a lot of people talk about it because they don't know how to talk about it. They don't understand trader psychology. They don't understand what it takes to think more robotic and to how to implement that type of mindset and viewpoint on analytical decision making into your trading. A lot of people just don't understand that part of trading, but it's very important. It's the difference between, it's what separates the great traders from the average traders. It's that ability to do that, okay? You also get the intro to options, which will teach you guys calls and puts. You get advanced options, which teaches you straddles, strangles, debit spreads, credit spreads, iron condors. You guys will learn some advanced option strategies in that. And then you also have the course, How to Thrive During a Stock Market Crash. All of those courses are included in your membership. You also get access to all future courses. So let's say next month I come out with a brand new course. As a member, you automatically get access to it. There's no upcharges ever. It's like Netflix, okay? So all of that, guys, is included in your membership. And if you sign up by midnight tonight, you get included with that the 34% discount, which comes out to a cup of coffee a day. That's what your membership comes out to. So for a cup of coffee a day, you're getting a Wall Street hedge fund education, all of the resources I just told you about, all of the courses, the trade alerts, and a one-on-one mentor session with any one of the TTG moderators that you choose. All of that's included in your membership. TTG620. Use that coupon code, guys. Take advantage of that discount. The prices are going up in July. Our prices are going up in July. We're adding a ton of new features to the website. We were only charged 25% from our data service provider for the new features this month, so that's why we didn't have to bump our price that much. We only raised our price like $24 per member. So, but in July, we're going to get charged a lot more from the data service provider for our full bill for all the data that we're going to be pulling. So the price is going to go up to around $1,200. So right now with the coupon code, you can get the membership for $1,089. So in July, it's going to be around $1,200. So I'm telling you guys that now. Use the coupon code, get that discount, get your one-on-one, and become part of the TGD family. All right. So now let's talk about UONE. Oh, George, I like that. George is dabbing. George sent the dab emoji. I like that. I like your style, George. I like your style. I agree with you. Is there any small amount of trading and access to daily chat? Yes, learnings. You have access to the daily chat with your membership. Yes. Nice. Ben, welcome to the family, Ben. Welcome to the family. Yes, Lawrence, we do live chat every single day, all day. Every day, all day, we do live chat. If the stock market's open, we do live chat. Okay, and I'm not done by 11 o'clock in the morning. I trade the entire day, hence the monster trade that we caught in UONE. We trade the entire day, Lawrence. Yes, Ben, welcome to the family. How long have we been doing? About since 2017 is when we really opened up to the public in 2017. My man Zan Channel, what's up, Zan? Zan says if you're serious about trading, this is the place. Jordan Shields, yes, I do use Fibonacci's in my trading. Yes, I do use Fibonacci's. Tim Dog, I'll do you one better. So Tim Dog says, what makes you different from other guys? Tim Dog says, what makes you different from other guys? Instead of you hearing it from me, Tim, I'm going to ask my TTG members that are on the live stream with me now. TTG members, I want you to comment in the live stream right now for Tim. Tim Dog, Tim D-A-W-G, wants to know what makes us different from the other guys. Instead of you hearing it from me, Tim, I'm going to let my TGG members answer that question for you. This way, you don't just hear it from me, you can hear it from members themselves.
And you have the wolf.
And we have the wolf. Dolly says, I want to use tier trading. Which company can I use? TD Ameritrade does not support it. Yes, they do. You can tier trade with TD Ameritrade. James, in our chat room, there's I don't know, a little over 1,000 people in the chat room, but then we have a lot of other members that trade on the mobile app. Jay Cabrera says, I'm not even a member yet, and I can vouch for Mike and the team. Jay Cabrera, thanks, man. So Tim Dog, I'll just read a couple of comments from people. Scott says he's sincere as. H. Arca says the mentorship quality is unmatched. Small Cap says what's different? TTG truly gives a shit. Justin Fox says we're snipers. Trading Mantra says best education. Justin Fox says Mike Edwards is the best coach, period. Paul says the difference is it's real. Amazing Deals Retailer says consistent, ridiculous daily profits. Chris Bostis says Mike is amazing. I feel good in this group. Harsh Patel says it's not a pump and dump. Judy Leone, Judy, my girl, says Mike is the finished product. Why not have experience lead you? I'm just reading a couple of these. Riley Lee says I've tried a bunch others, and this trading blows everyone out of the water. Dolly says, believe me, it's worth the investment. Scott says, everybody in this group is the best. Avi says, you're real, first of all, then you also know what you're doing. Lonnie says, Mike and TTG is unlike anything else you'll find. They educate you and sincerely care about your success. And we have the Wolf. There you go, Wolf. Best education and support, period. Jay Eric says, these guys aren't trying to continually sell you courses. It's a one-time fee. And since joining, learn their approach. It's money. Diego says, Mike has a complete product with no upsells, and he's in the fight with his brethren, live, calling it as he sees it. Judy says, job replacement income. Tim Dog, I called out UONE. So that's what we're going to talk about. UONE. Okay, I called that 2 trades on UONE. They were monster trades. In at 13.85, out at 21, back in the stock at 20, then out at 32. So some monster trades on us on UONE. So I figure I would just listen. I'm not going to keep reading everyone's comments. There's a big slew of comments. So my usual TTG fam, thank you for commenting. And like I said, all of you that are on this live stream right now, if you guys are still not members of TTG, just read the comments in the chat. Don't even listen to my mouth anymore. Read the comments in chat from members themselves telling you what it's like to be part of the TTG family, telling you what it's like to get a professional education, and telling you what it's like to get the mentorship that we provide at TTG. Instead of you taking it from me, take it from members themselves. Right? That's the best way for you to make a decision. I can talk to you guys until I'm blue in the face, but the best the best tell for you is going to be what are members saying. And you guys just read what the members are saying. Ronnie says, how much is the membership? Ronnie, the membership is usually $1,665 for the year. With the coupon code TTG620, you get a 34% discount, which makes it $1,089. That is for the entire year. There's no upsells ever. You get every resource, every course, the entire curriculum. There's no upsells on anything. That's it. You pay that, you're part of the TTG family. You get access to every single resource we have available to help you become a consistently profitable trader. Nice. Leroy says, I spent $10.89 on the membership on Friday. I made $1,700 today. That's how good this team is. Nice job, Leroy. Great trading, man. Great trading. Big Baller, you crack me up, man. Big Baller, you crack me up. Big Baller is our official comedian. Him and Wolf are neck and neck for official comedian in True Trading Group. Big Baller says, guys, this is money well spent that keeps paying itself. And like Hair Club for Men, I'm not only a member, but I'm also a client.
Yeah, guys, we have a lot of fun in here.
We really do have a lot of fun, man. We really do have a lot of fun.
We really do. Like, guys, if you see me on Twitter, if you guys know me from Twitter, I'll just say it. I'm a real fucking asshole. Okay? Because I can't stand most of the people on Twitter. I mean, you guys, like, I'm pulling for every one of you. And if somebody just sent me a message like, oh, too bad you didn't get in that Roku trade. I killed it. Dude, it's okay. As long as you guys did, I'm good with it, man. Like, we want you guys to succeed. If you guys succeed, we succeed. So there's enough Fed money going around for everybody. But we really do have a lot of fun with this. And don't get me wrong, it's a lot of work. But it's a lot. It doesn't feel like work.
It's true, man. It's really true, guys. I mean, I'm always with my fam. I'm with my. I spend more time with my TGD family than I do my own. You know, seriously, I'm in chat all day long with the group. I'm doing one-on-ones after the close with members. Then I'm on live streams with you guys. I live, breathe, eat, sleep this stuff. If you guys haven't figured that out by now. All right, guys. All right, guys. So let's get into now. Let's get into now. B Manderson, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Joseph with the hearts. Justin, dedicate. Thank you guys. I appreciate that you guys appreciate the dedication and the time that we put into this. I really appreciate it. I appreciate that you guys appreciate it. I have 4. How many screens and monitors do you use in your setup? I have 4. So I have a laptop and then I have 3 monitors on my desktop. I've got 4. All right, guys. So, like I said, use the coupon code TTG620. That's going to get you the 34% discount. And if you sign up before midnight, you get a free one-on-one. Let's talk about UONE because I really want to go over this, guys. There's a lot to discuss. Okay? There's a lot to discuss. First lesson I want to talk about on UONE is resisting FOMO, not chasing, and understanding that just because a stock goes up does not make it a good trade. Okay? What makes a stock a good trade? Okay, guys, listen, seriously, listen up because this is, I answered a bunch of questions. Now we're going to get into the real nitty-gritty here. We're going to talk about some really, really good lessons. I want you guys to really pay attention to it because this is stuff that can help a lot of you. We're going to drop some dimes here. We're going to drop some golden nuggets, okay, on the rest of this live stream. You have to realize and understand and get out of the mindset that just because the stock goes up, that makes it a good trade. Just because the stock goes up does not make it a good trade. A good trade is the following: a high probability setup with good risk reward, where you can clearly identify your stop loss. That's a good trade. Just because the stock is going straight in the air doesn't necessarily mean it's a good trade. And it could not be a good trade because the risk reward could be off. Okay? Sometimes your risk reward can be off on a trade. Case in point, UONE today. I tried getting long UONE. I'm going to show you guys. It makes me sick. It literally makes me sick. I tried getting long UONE right there today. I had a bid at $8.15 coming out of this halt. I did not get filled. I moved my bid up to $8.20. I did not get filled. The low of this candle is $8.27. That's how sick I am to my stomach that I missed my fill by 7 cents on UONE. This is the first time I tried to trade this stock. I ended up killing it later in the day. But this is where the mental lessons come into play. Because after I missed it, the stock shot up and halted. Then it opened up, shot up, halted. 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 At no point during this move did I think this was a good trade for me to enter. It was a good trade for me to enter right there when I initially tried to. Once this stock took off and started halting like that, I don't think that's a good trade setup. And let me explain to you why. Now, the inexperienced trader is going to say, Mike, you have no idea what you're talking about. The stock went from $10 to $19. How can you say that's not a good trade setup? And the inexperienced trader that's going to tell that to me, that's been trading for 16 years, worked at a hedge fund, received a Trader of the Year award, is going to respond to you with, where's your stop loss? And that inexperienced trader is not going to be able to answer that question for me. If I had said to you, okay, guys, let's say you bought this stock right there. Where's your stop loss? If you bought it here, where's your stop loss? If you bought it here, where's your stop loss? The stock was halted for a longer period of time than it was actually open and trading. Now, if I got filled down here, that's a different story because I'd be taking profits into all of these halts. But I didn't get my fill. And I'm not going to be going into a move like that, chasing the stock higher, because just as fast as these halts go up, they come down just as quickly. Okay, they come down just as quickly. If you bought the stock, let's say here at 17.50, then out of nowhere it halts at 16, opens up and drops to 12, and then halts again, look what just happened to your account. You just got destroyed. You got destroyed. This is what I mean by just because a stock is moving higher does not necessarily make it a good trade setup. A good trade setup is a high probability pattern where you can clearly identify your risk. Okay, that's a good trade setup. I'm not the type of trader that chases momentum. I like to buy patterns. I like to buy consolidations. And once the stock breaks out and that momentum kicks in, I like to take my profits off the table. I don't like chasing the stock as it keeps on moving higher. Okay, that's why I don't think that this was a good trade setup after the stock started to go. In here, this was a good trade setup. This, I don't think is tradable unless you're already in it. Okay, I missed my fill by 7 cents. Okay, so we could have been having a very different conversation right now on this first trade. But even though I didn't get my fill, the fact that I did not chase this stock higher. But guys, I didn't market order myself in because I kept moving my limit order up, and I wasn't getting filled, and then it just took off and halted. So, I didn't really have a lot of time to say, okay, screw it, I'm just going to market order my way in. It had a big spread at the time. I was trying to get size, and I just didn't get my fill. And then it halted. It halted right away. So I went from my limit order being right here, and then all of a sudden it just went and halted. That's a halt. And once it got stuck in that halt, that was it. It was over. It just took off and just kept halt. There was no pullback on any one of those halts where I would feel comfortable getting long at that point. Okay, so resisting FOMO, resisting that urge, not chasing stocks, because you don't want to get caught in a halt like this. You don't want to get caught in that. That's how you blow your account up. You guys don't want to get caught in that. So that's what I mean by wait for grade A setups. You're going to learn how to identify grade A setups in the courses that are on the website. Okay? You guys will learn how to identify grade A setups. That was not a grade A setup. That was a very high risk, very high reward trade. If you chase the stock during those halts, you're taking on a lot of risk, but you're also looking for a lot of reward. But I'm not comfortable with the risk on those halts. and chasing the stock higher. Now, if the stock halted, pulled back, held the support level, and then started to make a move, then I'm buying it. But I'm not going to chase it out of the halts like that every time. Okay? So that's our first little lesson there on UONE. Now I'm going to take a little sip of water because my throat hurts because I talk so much. Whew. Okay. Man, it's kind of hot. Kind of hot in here. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to turn my AC unit down a little bit. Okay. All right, guys. Now let's talk about the next lesson here on the day, and that is how to identify stocks that can potentially give you afternoon squeezes. Okay. What I look for during lunchtime. Lunchtime is from 12 to 2 p.m. I'm not done for the day at 11 o'clock. I trade the whole day. Lunchtime is a very important time for you to do some analysis. What you want to look for during lunchtime, which again is 12 to 2 Eastern, you want to look for stocks that were strong in the morning, that hold above a key support level all throughout lunchtime. When you can find the support level and the stock just holds it for that 2 hours, the chances of the stock giving you an afternoon move increases. Remember what we talked about earlier in this live stream about being a trader is all about identifying high probability patterns and setups. So when you're looking at your analysis and you're conducting your technical analysis, there are certain things that will take place. There's certain criteria that you're going to notice in the stock that's going to increase the probability. Case in point, what I just talked about the key support level holding during lunchtime. So again, a stock that's strong in the morning holds above a key support level during lunchtime. Now, in the case of UONE, strong in the morning, holding above a key support level during lunchtime. In this case, your support level is VWAP. There's your support level at VWAP. Okay, you guys can see it held this level the entire time. Okay, so this is an example of a stock where it was strong in the morning, it holds above a key support level during lunchtime, and then you can look for an afternoon squeeze. The other thing I want you to pay attention to, this is another lesson, the importance of using multiple time frames. Because I'm going to delete all this. I'm going to take you guys to a 15-minute chart. Here's your 15-minute chart on UONE. And when I'm looking at my 15-minute chart, I'm saying to myself, okay, the stock was strong in the morning. I want to see, does it hold above key support levels during lunchtime? And your key support level, we already talked about VWAP being a key support level. But what else do you guys see here? It even goes back to yesterday. What else do you guys see here? Besides the orange line on your screen, on my screen, the orange line is VWAP. Well, I already showed you guys that we held VWAP. Okay, there's VWAP. I already showed you we held VWAP through lunchtime. But you also see this teal line on my screen. That teal line is the trade line. It's the 9 exponential moving average. And it's important that you use multiple time frames because when you see a stock that held support at the 9 EMA on a 15-minute chart in the morning, holds it all throughout lunchtime, the chances of it following that trade line for the rest of the day is very high. So now as I'm looking at UONE, I'm saying to myself, stock was strong in the morning. It's holding above VWAP all throughout lunchtime. It's also holding the trade line on the 15-minute chart all throughout lunchtime, which was also support yesterday afternoon. There's also support this morning, and it's still above it. Recognizing all of these indicators that the stock is holding above during lunchtime is what gave me the confidence to tell everybody in chat. Members that are on this live stream can verify I said this in chat. I said, guys, if UONE is still above the 15-minute trade line coming out of lunch, I think we squeeze into the 20s. I said this at around 1:30 in the afternoon. Members that are on this live stream, comment in chat, verify, confirm that that's exactly what I said to you guys as we were going through the trading day. But it's not because I have a crystal ball. It's just because I'm seeing the setup and I'm saying each one of these criteria that I'm pointing out to you increases the probability of the setup. And that's how you go about identifying an A+ setup versus a B or C setup, is by being able to identify this criteria to say, when this happens, it increases the probability of the setup. When that happens, it increases the probability of the setup. And that's how you can say this is a high probability pattern. I'm going to go after this trade. It's not a crystal ball. It's percentages and probability. That's what trading is. No trader really knows what a stock is going to do. Being right or wrong is not about, it's not like a math problem where you're either right or you're wrong and you either know the answer or you don't. No trader truly knows the answer of what a stock is going to do. No trader is going to say with 100% certainty, I'm willing to bet my life, I'm willing to bet my entire net worth that this stock does this. If you asked me, Mike, are you willing to bet your entire net worth? What's 2 + 2? I'll say, yeah, sure. I'll bet my entire net worth. It's 4. A trader's never going to be able to say that to you because they don't actually know. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about saying this is a high probability pattern that more often than not is going to resolve itself in one way versus another. And if you can identify specific criteria that moves the needle closer in your favor, further in your favor, to say, okay, well, I have this, that increases the probability. I've got this, that increases the probability. I got that, that increases the probability. That's how you say to yourself, A+ setup. Those are the situations and the setups that you have to put yourself in. And you wait for these setups. You're patient with these setups. That brings me back to another mental lesson. I didn't see a lot today. I didn't make my first trade till like an hour and 15 minutes into the day. The morning was very quiet. Small caps were kind of quiet. You had some gap ups, but they ended up fading early. The overall market, we had a huge gap up, but the SPY just traded sideways until Powell started testifying. And then we had some coronavirus news from China. The markets dipped. We bounced back and then went sideways again. It was a very, very slow day. But I did not allow myself to get lulled to sleep. You cannot allow yourself to fall asleep on slow days because it's a long trading day, boys and girls. It's a long day. Markets open for a long time. And opportunities can present themselves like that. And you have to be ready to jump on those opportunities when they present themselves. And if you're sleeping or if you're farting around doing something else that's not going to make you money, you're going to miss these opportunities. When I'm sitting at my desk, I'm at work. I'm at work. I'm looking to make money. So if you're farting around doing something else, you're playing a video game, well, guess what? The video game's not going to make you money. UONE is going to make you money. UONE is going to make you 50 grand, 75 grand in a single day. UONE is going to do that for you, not playing a video game. Okay? So do not allow yourself to get lulled to sleep on a slow trading day. Otherwise, you miss these opportunities. So while everybody else was saying it's a slower day, it's a slow day, I'm staying patient. I'm staying disciplined. Okay? You have to recognize when it's a slower day. Pull the reins back on yourself. Don't be in 6th, 7th gear. Pull things back to 1st, 2nd. but stay awake, stay focused, stay aware, because these opportunities present themselves quickly. And that's why I spend the lunchtime session from 12 to 2. That's why I spend that session and that time going over my analysis and finding afternoon setups. And UONE was a picture perfect afternoon setup because of all the things that I just explained to you. Okay, so now let's go back to the 3-minute chart. Okay, now coming out of lunchtime, let's go back to what I said about looking for stocks that are strong in the morning that hold above key support levels during lunch. You want to see when a stock does do that, you want to see volume start to pick up coming out of lunchtime. Now, what did I say to you? Lunchtime is 12 to 2. So here's 2 o'clock. So right at the 2 o'clock hour, what happens? We start to get an increase in volume. Right there, guys, is where I went ahead and I got long UONE. I'm going to take you guys to my trade alerts on the trade. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. This is the downloaded log from our chat room. So our chat software, I can download all of the alerts that went through during the day. This is that log. At 2:05 p.m., what did I say? Lunchtime is from what? 12 to 2. So coming out of lunchtime, 2:05 p.m., long, tier 1, UONE at 1385, stop loss 1250. I'm going to add tier 2 through the $15 area. That was the very first entry and the first trade alert long right there coming out of lunchtime. There it is. Not because I have a crystal ball, not because I knew UONE was going to do this, but I said based on the setup that's in front of me, there's a very high probability that this stock experiences a short squeeze. And boy, did we ever squeeze. Okay, I'll take you guys back to my trade alerts. You can see here I start taking profits off the table. First take profit 20 minutes later as UONE gets up to 1652. I took 25% of my position off the table. Then at 2:27 p.m., the bulk of my position, 50%, comes off at 1817, right in front of the high of the day. So there's my first take profit. There's my second take profit right before the halt, right in front of the high of the day. And my last final take profit as we broke through the high of the day and extended. Right there, my final take profit, guys, on the first UONE trade. Here it is, final take profit, 2169, 40 at 2:41 p.m. Final take profit, UONE at 2169. Okay, so that trade lasted 36 minutes. In at 2:05, out at 2:41, in at the 1385 price point, out at 2169. This is a huge move. Huge move. Okay, so now I'm flat. Okay, so now I'm flat. But then I say to myself, okay, guys, I'm looking to see if this thing is going to give us some follow through. Why? Because now the trade line on the 3-minute chart is acting as an area of support. Okay, here's the trade line on the 3-minute chart. Look at this support on the 3-minute chart. Okay, so once we broke through this level, we pulled back in. The trade line starts to come back up. We've got a halt price. And I said to myself, guys, I'm like, you know what? When we go out to the chart on UONE, you have to go all the way out to a weekly chart, by the way, to find a resistance level on this thing. Once we broke through this level, do you see this resistance that there's also here in 2004 at $20? And I said, we just popped through this level, this $20 resistance level. Okay, you see how it was resistance right here? Let me zoom in a little bit closer so you guys can see. You see that resistance there at 20 bucks? It goes all the way back to 2004. There's resistance at 20 bucks. We popped through that intraday today. And when we popped through that, let me go all the way back. When we popped through that, okay, you can see it starts to act as an area of support. So I came in right in here. I got long a tier 1 position in front of that $20 level, back to the alerts, long tier 1 at $20.63, stop loss 18. I'm going to add tier 2 through 25. Then this area holds, we push back up right here, bang, I add to a full size tier 2 position. Right there is the add, back to the alerts, added tier 2 at $24.25, moved my stop loss up to the $22 area on the add. We halted briefly, opened up, and exploded. as we exploded, guys, I start peeling profits off the table. 25% comes off at 26.17. 50% comes off the table at 28.94. And my final take profit off the table at 31.84 right there. Back to the alerts. You guys see your final take profit. You won at 31.84. Another insane, ridiculous move. Okay, just an absolute insane, ridiculous move. The reason why I got flat, okay, at 32, let's go back to the charts. Let's go back. It's a weekly chart. We have to go all the way back to 2000. 1999 and 2000 is where we have to go all the way back to on UONE to identify this major resistance level, which was a triple top, which was also the all-time high. So that's why that was my final take profit target. And that is why once we got to that level here today, we got to that level. That's why my final take profit was right there in front of that level. We ended up pushing slightly higher, and then we crapped out after the bell, and now we're well below it, back down to 2023. But my final take profit there at 31.84. Okay, 31.84. Just an insane day. An insane, insane day with so much to learn, so much to cover, so much to talk about. Mental lessons, technical lessons, you name it. You're looking for lessons, guys. UONE's got them all. UONE's got them all. And every single thing that I just went over with you on these UONE trades, all of it, if this sounds foreign to you, guys, do not worry. I'm telling you, all of this is covered in the courses that are available on the website. If you guys have still not done so, you have 2 hours left to get a 34% discount, which includes a one-on-one mentor session with myself, the Wolf, any one of the moderators that you guys want to, that you want your one-on-one with. It's included for free with your membership. Just like all the courses are included for free with your membership, it is an all-inclusive membership. I am challenging each and every single one of you. If you just sat here on this live stream with me and you are paying attention to everything that I'm saying and you are learning from all the information that I'm providing with you, this is the tip of the iceberg. This is 15% of what you guys are going to learn as part of True Trading Group. Think about the education that I just gave you in a matter of minutes. Many of you have probably just learned more in a matter of minutes than you've learned in the last 2 years. That's the power of a professional education. That's the power of what I learned working at a hedge fund on Wall Street. That's the education that you will now receive as a member of True Trading Group. Every single course has a quiz at the end. I challenge you all to take all the quizzes. If you score an 85% or higher on the quiz, you earn a badge for that course. If you earn all your badges, you become TTG certified. You get a certificate. You can print it out, put it on your desk, hang it on the wall, share it on social media, whatever you want to do with it. That TTG certification lets you know and lets others know that you have received a professional education, that you now know what you're talking about. Your opinion now means something. Your opinion carries weight now because you know what you're talking about. Okay, so I challenge you guys to become TTG certified. You have to take all the courses and get all the badges on all the courses. That's how you become TTG certified. Travis says, I'm opening an account with Lightspeed. Is it better to do commissions per trade or per share? Travis, that depends on your position size and how often you trade. Now, if you trade with small size and you're a scalper and you trade like 10, 15 times a day, it might be better for you to do per share. But if you trade with larger size and you only make like 3 trades a day, it might be better for you to do per trade. So when you're talking to Lightspeed, see what they can do for you on their commissions and just work out, like calculate it. Like go through a typical day for you, see how many shares you traded on that day versus how many trades you actually made, and see which one would cost you more money. Nice. Jonik Powell says, I can't wait for the one-on-one with you. I can't wait either. I love the one-on-ones. Honestly, guys, I do one-on-ones every day. I do at least 2 of them a day. I love them. I love one-on-ones because you guys get to see my face all day long. You hear my voice. You know my personality. All I have with you is a username and a text message. That's all I have from you. So I love getting to know my members. I love getting to hear a voice, a personality. I get to know what type of trader you are, where you are in your development. Are you brand new? Are you a veteran? Are you struggling? Are you progressing? You know, I like to know the type, I like to get to know my members better. So I really enjoy my one-on-one. So Joan A. Powell says, I can't wait for my one-on-one with you. Believe me, I can't wait for my one with you. Oh, God, yes. Farzana Musavi says, does the membership in this group work for Canadians? Absolutely. Guys, we have members all over the world. So the majority of our members are in the U.S. Our second most common place of residency is Canada. We have a ton of Canadian members. We have members in Amsterdam, the UK, Italy, Singapore, Hong Kong, Australia. Where else? Russia. Where else? Oh, the Philippines. We just had a member of the military who was in the Middle East, actually just came back 2 weeks ago, but they were in the Middle East, trading in the Middle East. We have members all over the world. So absolutely, yes, this works for Canadian residents. Absolutely. You could be anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. As long as you have internet, this is for you. All right, guys. Does anybody have any questions about what I just explained on UONE? Anybody have any questions? Remember, guys, TTG 620 to get a 34% discount on a 1-year membership. And if you sign up within the next 2 hours, you will get a one-on-one mentor session included for free. Prices are going up in July. Chris says, Mike, I made 2 trades on UONE, but always get out too soon. Can you tell me why? Chris, you've got to stick to your game plan. That's first. Like when you enter a trade, you have to stick to your game plan. So before I pull the trigger on a trade, I identify 4 things. I identify my stop loss, my first take profit, my second take profit, my third take profit. And just let those profit targets be reached. Act when those profit targets are reached. You know, this goes back to being robotic in your trading. Okay? Now, think of it this way, Chris. If I had an algorithm, right? And I plugged in a command on my algorithm. And that command was buy a stock at 10.50, stop out at 10, take profits at 11, 11.50, and 12.25. If that's the command I give an algorithm, do you think that algorithm is going to get out early at $11.25? No. That algorithm is going to follow the command. It's going to follow the game plan for that stock. You have to be the same way. Don't trade your P&L. You know, maybe you're trading your P&L. That could be another thing. Some traders, they see how much money they're up. They get antsy. They're scared of the stock pulling back in. They jump out of the trade too soon, even though the stock continues higher without them. Do not trade your P&L. Trade the stock in front of you. I don't see my P&L during the day. I don't need to see it. I know if I follow my game plan and I execute good trades, I know that I'm going to make money. I don't need to see how much I'm up or how much I'm down. So if you find that you're trading your P&L, like let's say, for example, Chris, let's say your biggest day was $300 and you're in a trade and you're up 375, then you're up 400. And that stock starts to pull back and now you're up 350, you're up 330. even though the chart could be telling you it's going higher. Every single thing on that chart, every indicator, every criteria, every single thing is telling you that the stock is going higher. Okay? Every single thing is telling you the stock is going higher. But you are looking at your P&L and you get scared because you're like, oh my God, this is my biggest trade ever. I'm going to get out of the trade. I'm going to lock in $335. But if you stayed in the trade, you could have made $500. You could have made $500. So it's not for everyone, but for traders that struggle with this, I tell them to remove their P&L from view. Try it. Try it, Chris. Try removing your P&L from view. Give it a shot. See how it works. See how you feel, because that will help you trade the chart instead of trading your P&L. Give that a shot. Anybody else that struggles with this, oh God, no, I definitely can't go over UONE again. CKKO, I'm sorry, I can't go over I just spent like an hour and a half going over UONE. I can't go over it again. But this video will be, so CKKO, this live stream will be loaded to the YouTube channel when we're done. So you can go back and watch it at any time. So once I'm done here, in a few minutes, it'll load back up. It'll load back up on the YouTube channel. Okay, so you guys can go back and you can rewatch it. Okay. What do I think of hard stops? I don't use hard stops. I use mental stops. Okay, I prefer mental stops. However, if you are not disciplined enough to stick to your mental stop, then you have to use physical stops. Okay, you have to use physical stops if you can't stick to your mental stop. Some traders just don't have the discipline to stick to a mental stop. Okay, some of them they just don't. You know, they can say, okay, if the stock gets to $9, I'm going to sell. It gets to $9, they don't do anything. Get to $8.80, they don't do anything. Get to $8.60, they don't do anything. Get to $8.50, now all of a sudden you're a deer stuck in headlights. The stock drops to $8 and you just got smoked. Okay, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. Do you have that discipline? If so, I like mental stops. If you don't have that discipline, you have to use physical stops. Mav says, Mike, for those that are less successful with your program, why do they fail? Okay, Mav, the two biggest reasons why somebody, so when I'm dealing with members in TTG, the ones that struggle the most, first and foremost, the ones that struggle the most are the ones that have developed very bad habits elsewhere, where they've either traded on their own and developed a lot of bad habits, or they were part of some other group. They got some other education. It wasn't anything real. They were actually taught something that was not correct. It's like, imagine if you said, okay, I want to learn how to speak Spanish, but really, the person that is teaching you teaches you how to speak Russian. Okay, so I've come across a lot of members that have been scammed with different groups, $3,000, $4,000 for these ridiculous educational programs that aren't even legit, that are teaching incorrect things, that are saying when a stock does this or when this indicator, that are teaching actually the wrong way to use an indicator. I did a one-on-one with a member who was taught somewhere else how to use Fibonacci levels, and it was wrong. It was the wrong way to use Fibonacci's. I was mind blown. This person spent $3,500 on a membership for some courses, and they didn't even know how to use Fibonacci levels correctly. Oh my God. So the members that struggle the most are members that have bad habits that they need to break and then rebuild new ones. Those traders tend to have a little bit of a hard time. The other traders that tend to have a hard time are traders that try to get too big too fast. And position size for them is too much for them to handle. They go outside of their risk tolerance, and that causes your emotions to spike. When you're trading, you want to do things that keep your emotions under control. So I will always teach you guys specific styles, strategy, rules where are specifically geared to helping you keep your emotions in check. But if you start increasing your position size and increasing your risk too far, too fast, before you're ready, your emotions are going to spike out of control, and that's going to cause a whole slew of problems. So I'd say, Mav, to answer your question, the traders that I deal with that struggle the most, I think are probably those two. They struggle because of those two things. Yes, King Kong. King Kong. I am doing that. I am working on that, King Kong. Yes, Pete. Pete, I'm looking forward to your one-on-one also. Do the courses first. I do recommend you do the courses first because a lot of your questions, Pete, are going to be answered in the courses. So this way, when we do our one-on-one, you might have an entirely different set of questions that are maybe more detailed, where we can get the most value out of our time together. Nice, Mav. Mav, welcome, man. Welcome. I'm looking forward to it, Mav. Welcome to the family. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Steven says, Mike, let me preface this by saying I really haven't noticed any since being a member, but what would you consider to be your biggest weakness as a trader? My biggest weakness as a trader. My biggest weakness. I think my biggest weakness is sometimes I still get a little too upset when I miss a trade that I was right on, and it really bothers me. So I'm at the point in my career right now where it's a lot easier for me to accept a losing trade, because if I lose on a trade and I'm wrong, I deserve to lose money. I'm okay with that. Like, I was wrong. I've come to grips with that. Losing's part of trading. The trades that really, really bother me are the ones where I have a game plan. I'm dead right on my game plan. The stock did exactly what I thought it was going to do, but I still didn't pull the trigger. That bothers me so much, Steven. That's when I get really angry. And there's times when that happens to me where I have to get up from my desk, walk away, and kind of recoup. I let that's still, my emotions still get a little bit too out of control when that happens to me, because it's one thing for me to lose money when I'm wrong. That makes sense. But when I'm right, I should make money. And I'm at a point in my career where when I'm right like that, I should make money. You know, it's like, and when I don't, I get frustrated with myself for not capitalizing on a game plan that I was so right on. It happened to me just the other day on the TVIX. I missed like a 50-point move on the TVIX. It did exactly what I thought it was going to do, and I just didn't pull the trigger. And that bothered me. I was actually, even later that night, it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I was talking to one of my buddies, and I brought it up, and I was talking about it again. It's like that those trades linger with me a little bit too long. And I think I have to do a better job of controlling my emotions when that happens to me, because I feel my emotions get out of control. And whenever you feel your emotions get out of control, you have to have the self-awareness to get up from your desk, walk away, and kind of reset. I get up, I walk away, I go play with my dog, I go have a glass of water. I just do something to get my mind off the trade so I can kind of reset, come back, sit down, and get back to it. I'd say that's probably my biggest weakness. Vicky, welcome to the family. Vicky just signed up. Danmer Duharte says, Mike, question for you. Your long-term portfolio, for how long are you planning to hold? Also, if the market comes down, how long before selling your shares, let's say UAL? Danmer, my long-term portfolio, I don't plan on selling anytime soon. And if the market comes back down, I'm going to be buying more. I think 3 years, 5 years from now, United Airlines is going to be, $40, $50, $60 again. Boeing is going to be $300 again in 5 years. So I'm holding on to my positions for the foreseeable future. Jay Furna says, is there a monthly fee or is it just yearly? Jay Furna, we only have a yearly membership. The reason why we only have a yearly membership, Jay Furna, is because you get everything with your membership. It's all inclusive. Like, we don't have a monthly membership and then you have to pay. It's like, okay, pay $100 a month for the chat. But then if you want the beginner courses, that's $1,000. If you want the advanced courses, that's $2,000. If you want the option courses, that's another $1,000. If you want the trader psychology, that's $500. Every single thing that we have available to you, you get included with your membership immediately. There's no upsells ever. When you join True Trading Group, you get access to every single education resource course that we have available. So that's why there are no monthly memberships. We just give you all the resources that you need to become consistently profitable. Wolf, I'll let you answer this one, Wolf. Do you see Aaron Parker's question? I'll read it to you.
Opinion of day trading options. I have a decent strategy with mega cap stocks that are 2.5 to 5% profit taking 24. A stop of 2 to 5% trading options?
Yeah, 2.5 to 5%.
Look, I guess everybody's tolerance is different, I think that maybe the way that you change that, because, trying to bottom tick an option is probably one of the hardest things to do. It's just, I get in options all the time, and, sometimes I'm early, sometimes I'm late, but they're going to move around. You're getting in them because you're picking a direction, So maybe the way that, I could never, if I could never do a 2.5 or a 5% stop, okay? Because I just can't. It's just too little. A good options trade for me, depending on the size, is 30%. I'm happy with 30% all day. But sometimes I go down 10%, 20%, So maybe the way that you kind of adjust that is maybe when you get into the option, you go half size first. Today I was trading a SPY option at 3 o'clock. I was playing the 3:11:50 calls. And I went in at, I think it was 2:55. Yeah, the 2:55. And it dropped a little, and I waited. I had to be patient with it. You have to let the trade develop and come to you. And I went half position because I was like, I'm not sure what's going on right now, but I'm okay with what I'm risking. That trade ended up giving us 50 cents in 6 minutes. Now, if I had stuck to a 2.5% stop loss, I would have completely missed that trade and then been kicking myself the rest of the day. And it was the same thing on QQQ at the end of the day. We got in 278. It ended up dropping down to 250. And it ended up closing at 324. In which case, that's almost 10%. You would have been out of that trade, but you would have missed the trade entirely. You have to look at, when I go into any options trade, I look at the first move. Your first option options trade of the day is always going to be the most important, right? It's going to set the tone. You want to get that insurance money. So on my first trade with the SPY, crushed it, like absolutely crushed it. And I went, going into my next trade, I was like, okay, I've got a ton of insurance on this next trade. It allowed me to stay in that trade longer. So if you're going to end up leaving a lot more money on the table, and at that point, 2.5%, you're just scalping, okay? And if you're trying to go for 20, 30, 40, 50%, on these moves, like you're doing a lot more work. That just kind of tells me you're probably bouncing around a lot, where you should just be waiting, being patient, and stalking a particular equity. I hope that answers your question. TTG Wolf 6.
Good stuff, guys. Oh yeah, Trader Palooza. Yes, Smoke. I'll talk about Trader Palooza. Yes, Shabir Ahmad Hamidi says, can I do day trading if I'm a full-time employee? Shabir, yes, absolutely. The majority of TGD members, guys, are not full-time traders. They have other jobs. Okay, I mean, we have a ton of full-time traders, but we also have a bunch that have other responsibilities during the day, have other jobs. That's why I have the mobile app. The mobile app will allow you on your cell phone, on your tablet, no matter where you are, if you're at work, you're in your cubicle, at your office, at your desk, you're in a meeting, you're driving in the car, whatever you're doing. If you have the mobile app on your phone, you can see the screen share. You can hear the audio analysis in chat with me and Wolf on the microphone. And most importantly, you get real-time push notifications whenever we enter and exit a trade. So with the mobile app, it makes trading part-time. It makes it seamless and effortless with real-time notifications. Alessandro says, what are your predictions for the market tomorrow? I don't know, man. I think we're going to be kind of choppy for the next couple of days, honestly. Where are we at in the futures, Wolf? Have you checked it all?
Yep.
We're down a little.
Watching the whole time.
Down a little. Down a little bit, right?
Yeah, Dow 0.5%, S&P 0.33. Hong Kong just opened at 9:30. See what that does. Guys, look, the VIX is only up 1.8%. My general rule is, let's see where we're at 11 p.m. when we get the injection. Tomorrow, where you're going to want to be, of course, is tech, judging by the way the NASDAQ is. NASDAQ's 0.16%, which is nothing. Small caps down 0.5%. So, the futures, it doesn't really matter until 11 p.m., right? And guys, I wake up so I set an alarm, or, most times I just wake up, right? Because I'm old and, old people have, weak bladders. And I drink a lot of water at night, and I don't want to pee the bed. So I'll wake up, I'll look at futures, see where they're at. Guys, like something like this, it's nothing. At the end of the day, the Fed is going to pump money. The market wants to go higher, and the sentiment is we want the market to go higher. Okay, people are going to crowd tech as usual, especially if the SPY and the Dow are weak in futures. That means that means QQQ is in play, Apple's in play, and, all those other tech stocks. But again, guys, it really doesn't matter where we open tomorrow, unless you're in too deep in a call or a put, in which case, it's a coin flip. That's why especially if you're trading options, you have to be super disciplined. But yeah, look, tomorrow's going to be choppy. Tomorrow's going to be a great day for options. So I love choppy. Choppy is like my bread and butter. You know, I hate gap ups. I hate huge gap downs. I mean, the gap down on Monday was the biggest kick in the nuts that I think I've had in the last month. You know? So, you know, look, every day, you have to get out of your head everything that happened before. I'm not going to go into tomorrow being like, crushed it on Spy, could have crushed it on Roku. Like, that's it. Like, that's done. I can't do anything about it. And, you know, the market gives two shits about what you did today. It only cares about what you do in real time while it's open. So, you know, we'll see. You know, you got to watch futures at 11 o'clock and see what they're doing. Because right now, these numbers are just people trading back and forth against each other.
All right.
Oh, and apparently China and India are fighting.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Like 20 Indian soldiers were killed.
Yeah, and they killed a bunch of Chinese soldiers as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
And North Korea is blowing shit up on the border.
Oh, come on. What, North Korea just...
2020, baby.
Oh, God.
And Texas has the highest report of coronavirus ever.
Excellent.
Is it Texas? It's one of them.
Excellent. Random Motion, welcome to the family. Just joined True Trading Group. All right, guys. So that's it. Does anybody else have any questions? You guys have an hour and a half left to get a free one-on-one included in your membership. Do not forget to use the coupon code TTG620 to get the 34% discount on a one-year membership. You guys have been awesome. I love that so many of you are spending the time with me on these live streams. A lot to learn, a lot to take away from this trade. Another huge day for me today. We're going to keep that going into tomorrow. I think small caps will trade pretty well tomorrow with what UONE did today. UONE's going to keep small caps pretty hot, I think, tomorrow. I will look for small caps tomorrow. I think overall markets might be choppy. I'm going to be going after some of those small caps. We'll see what pops off tomorrow morning pre-market, and we'll be ready to keep this momentum going. So with that said, guys, again, I encourage you all to use coupon code TTG620. Get a 34% discount on a one-year all-inclusive membership to True Trading Group. And if you sign up within the next hour and a half, you guys will be able to get a free one-on-one mentor session included in your membership. All right? So that's it, guys. That concludes our live stream tonight. I had a blast, another successful stream. You guys are awesome. What I want you all to do right now, real quick. First, follow me on Twitter at Mike Edward _TTG. At Mike Edward _TTG. You can also follow the Wolf. The Wolf is at Wolf of Weed ST. Wolf of Weed ST. Go follow.
Wolf of Weed Street, baby. I got the blue check. I want to get to 55,000 by July.
There you go. Let's help the Wolf get to 55,000 followers on Twitter, guys. Give him a follow. Give me a follow. And then like this video. Go ahead. Hit that like button. If you guys liked the education that we provided, if you enjoyed the content, hit that like button. Smash it right now. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Subscribe to make sure you guys can see and view all of the content that we put out on a daily basis. Then, of course, hit the notification bell. Make sure you guys don't miss out on any more live streams or educational videos that we post throughout the week. Okay? That's it, guys. I had a blast. Thank you for joining me. Another good one in the books. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you guys all in chat. Later, guys.
Later.